I don't do homewrecking. I'm not a side piece. I don't stand for any of those things. I support women, so I would never do that to another woman because I would never want that to be. So I ignored him until he was single.
Damn, we tried to tell Travis Hunter that he was making a mistake with that woman. He ain't want to listen though. He ain't want to listen to us. He was like, well, she's a gold digger, then I'm a gold digger too. Now you can see the real. What's really going on? This man was messing around with your woman.
Wow, Travis Hunter's wife divorcing him already. And it ain't been nothing but 6 months. Look at her online, playing victim, setting the whole thing up. This was a whole play. And what? Everybody was warning him not to marry her.
Official now. The marriage of Travis Hunter is over. Additionally, the man is in a downward spiral because the divorce isn't even the most shocking thing. That happened to him before he could even comprehend losing the.
You ain't never had no girl, so why y'all talking about me? Find something else to talk about. Talk about my girl. Go talk about your girl. Go find a girl. Go find a life. Stop worrying about what I got going on. I know what I got. I know my girl. My girl been with me for 5 years. Y'all are just not starting to talk about me.
Woman he believed he would spend his golden years with. She strikes him in a way that nobody anticipated. Not just a small, silent statement. Either an engagement, Instagram pictures in full bloom with hundreds of congratulations. Furthermore, this was not a charming relic of their own suggestion. This was her engagement to a Jaguars teammate of his own. He was pushed over the edge by that hit. Who's been lying all along? Everyone is whispering now was Lyanna using her own secret strategy the entire time while Travis was kept in the dark? The real question is, can he recover from such a vicious betrayal? You are well aware that the divorce rumors have been circulating for weeks if you have been following the drama between Travis and
Divorcing him already after 6 months. That's crazy. It was a money scheme. That's why I'm not with the marriage stuff. Even if I had money or don't have money, it ain't about marriage no more. It's about image. It's about likes. It's about the internet. It's about money. The last thing it's about is love. It's not about love no more. And they was trying to warn that young man not to marry her because she was after his money. Now, that contract he just got, which is one of the biggest contracts in NFL history, she finna get half of that. And probably more. Pray for Travis Hunter. You gotta listen. You gotta listen to your peers. Listen to...
Now, the marriage of Travis Hunter is over. Additionally, the man is in a downward spiral because the divorce isn't even the most shocking thing that happened to him before he could even comprehend losing the woman he believed he would spend his golden years with. But what really lit the internet on fire at the moment was a leaked photo of Travis's buddy and Lyanna that is currently spreading like wildfire through disorganized chat groups and Reddit threads the night it was released for the world to see right before prime time. In the first photo, Lyanna is wearing a sleek white silk outfit that hugs her figure, and she is grinning like she has never smiled before. In the second, his buddy was locked in, kneeling. The third shows them sharing a kiss in ideal lighting, making the diamond ring almost invisible. Since the man in those pictures was most clearly not Lyanna's spouse, and she is still legally Mrs. Travis Hunter, there was no caption, no explanation, just complete pandemonium. While some people showered her comments with well wishes and heartfelt congratulations, there were also some scathing remarks that suggested she had finally left a terrible situation. Others were saying things like, "We've been new and you're just now catching on." Without even trying to look astonished, at that point, reality hit everyone hard. Particularly Travis and Macross. This was no longer conjecture, this demonstrated that she had moved on to someone else. Here's the worst part, though. It becomes more ugly. According to insider information, Travis discovered her engagement by browsing the internet, just like the rest of us, and he went utterly crazy when he heard the news. Travis arrived late at the Jaguars facilities the following morning. No grin, no consideration for his teammates' opinions. He never even looked at the press. Straight to that teammate's stall, straight into the building, and straight into the locker room. Witnesses insist it wasn't a casual conversation between two people. Not how could you, but how long. It was yelling, indicating that Travis had more than a suspicion. He had a suspicion that it had been ongoing for some time. There were no shoves or fists, but the ranting was loud enough to freeze anybody outside the room. Travis left less than an hour later, missed practice, skipped team meetings, and simply disappeared. He had cleaned up his Instagram by that evening. Half of the team, including the head coach, the teammate's fiancé, and that teammate, were unfollowed. The late-night bomb followed. Travis went live on Instagram at midnight. There were no lights on. The hood was up, and for over a minute there was nothing but silence. He said, "You think you know people," in a low, nearly whispery voice. "That's all." The internet was enraged by just single line. The discussion is overflowing with snake emojis. The name of the teammate is constantly being spammed. Travis simply blinked a few times and halted the live stream despite fans pleading with him to spill more tea. Travis's face was displaying obvious distress. Red eyes and pouring tears give the impression that a man is just a few seconds away from losing it all. It's more than just heartbreak. This pain is gut-wrenching and soul-crushing. Once in a lifetime, the kind you hardly make it through. And it gets worse just when you believe it can't get much worse. This is a storyline twist that no one anticipated. It's possible that Travis and Lyanna, who are allegedly no longer together, are expecting a child. Although they have never formally announced it, there are rumors on the internet that Lyanna is already a few months along. The couple is keeping the pregnancy a secret because their relationship is too tumultuous for a public celebration, according to a recent blind item. That hint indicates that the wife of an A-list athlete is expecting a child. However, his attorney is purportedly insisting on a paternity test before the divorce proceeded. Rather than popping champagne, they demand evidence of the father's identity before they can even discuss a divorce. And to add still another odd twist, Travis and Lyanna recently shared a video of themselves joyfully going out to bring a new family member with the comment, "Come with us to adopt a kitty." At first glance, it appeared to be a pleasant moment between two individuals, like they were enjoying something they had been looking forward to. However, if you delve a bit farther into the comments, the tone quickly shifts. In the midst of this chaos, fans were wondering why they would publish something so benign. Was it a charming moment or a well-thought-out public relations ploy to silence the blogs? She was just crying about wanting out. Now they're buying a cat. Who's getting the cat in the divorce? Was one comment that made people yell. The part that stings the most is that Travis had always stood up for Lyanna. So it's obvious that that one touched a nerve because he immediately jumped in and said, believing that rumor is crazy, lol. He supported her regardless of what was said or what rumors surfaced, and now, before the divorce papers are even dry, she is engaged to his teammate. Travis went completely crazy after making that move. The receipts appear just when you think this disaster can't get any worse. Old videos that were quite powerful. There's that video from last season where Lyanna gave that teammate a hug before turning to face Travis following the decisive victory over the Titans. People shrugged it off as team mom energy back then. No one is laughing now. Or when she parked up separately, went directly to that teammate's table, and remained there until the camera stopped rolling. According to a former player who is now an analyst, the rumors began months ago. He said the teammate would hang around after practice, stating he was waiting for a ride, and that ride was nearly always her. This is where the calculations come in. That teammate secured a multi-year contract extension with significant guaranteed income, just 2 weeks prior to the engagement being public. At that point, Lyanna's social skills completely changed, choosing happiness at last, cryptic captions about new chapters, and less photos with Travis. Did she wait for him to secure the bag before making it official? Is the obvious question that the internet is now posing. Furthermore, the allegations of Lyanna's infidelity are not new. She had been skulking behind Travis's back, according to a different blind article from just last year. The post also claimed that she had been attempting to hook up with a much older, still relevant rapper, and that those close to her had nicknamed him a cook while he wasn't around. Although this blind item was never formally confirmed, it wasn't particularly startling to enthusiasts who have been keeping an eye on it. In fact, it seemed to demonstrate that Travis and Lyanna's marriage was doomed to fail before it had even begun. The internet detectives then got to work after sowing that seed soon. Previous pictures and videos of Lyanna in dubious circumstances, the kind you can't justify, with a "just friends" caption began to appear. The worst part is still to come. She was already with Travis at the time of all these incidents. In gossip websites was embarrassing enough for Travis, but seeing him being publicly ridiculed online in real time was even more upsetting. Reaction videos, memes, and countless sexy jokes. Travis went from being a well-respected athlete to being the target of every relationship caution on the internet, when guys were cautioning one another about what not to do.
Already with Travis.
Travis Hunter bank account's about to get cleaned out, man, because his girl, man, the girl that he married, the whole world said, "Don't do it, Travis. She's after your money, bro. Don't do it." Yeah, that girl, she's already selling to the world that her life is miserable, posting videos online talking about how she misses the girl she was while she's crying. Travis Hunter, bro, is about to learn in 4K, bro, why it is that you have to listen to the world when they're in.
If you don't want to be played. His name became a standard at that point. Bo wow, yes. Bo wow left his normally silent lane to offer his opinion. As a wake-up call, he delivered. what seemed like direct marriage counseling, telling Travis that he needed to recognize that Lyanna was only there for the money and prestige. Furthermore, Bow explicitly advised him to defend himself because remaining would just increase his expenses, rather than only hinting at it. Fans dubbed it the intervention Travis didn't realize he needed when one of Bow's speaking clips went viral. All of those old films are again back in circulation, garnering new comments and bringing Travis's name into the spotlight once more. After Lyanna was exposed for supposedly hooking up with his teammate, the last straw appeared. Lyanna posted a TikTok that seemed to be a disguised confession. A powerful motivational voiceover played in the background, while she sobbed hysterically throughout the video, just vibes, no explanations or captions. Within 24 hours, the post received over 1 million views. There was anarchy in the comment area. Others were hyping her up as if she were a survivor rising from the ashes, while others were showing her genuine care.
Again, what's going on, gang? If we didn't get, we'll let you crash out, but from one player to the next, I ain't gonna tell you what to do, but I want you to open up your eyes, man. There's no reason why she commenting on another page, NBA with her eyes and the money tongue out. That's your fiance. Wake up, young brother. Fiancés don't move like that. I ain't never had one of my fucking girls ever lay next to me in the same crib as me under another page.
However, a boisterous mob was accusing her of sympathy farming, claiming that she was using her tears as a tool to play the victim and sidestep the truth. No one was duped for a moment. They dressed it up to make it look like she was just an unhappy wife in a difficult circumstance. And that's exactly what it was, a soft launch for the divorce. Nor was the comments section holding back. Numerous people in that same lane were grilling her, asking direct questions and demanding receipts. One person bluntly approached her, saying, "Why are you crying? You cheated." Another person added, "She's already running her exit plan." However, the plot took a turn. Those remarks were quickly removed using the delete button quickly. Lyanna removed anything that didn't support her story, leaving only the compliments. People began making connections at that point. The numbers didn't add up. The atmosphere was strange. Then everything clicked when Travis finally spoke up on Instagram Live. The cryptic tweets, the curiously erased direct messages, the quiet phone calls to unidentified guys in the dark of night, the sporadic times throughout the years when Lyanna would remark nonchalantly, "Travis isn't my type." Everything began to make sense. The question that lingers in the air is now disorganized. What will happen if Lyanna is indeed pregnant? Is there a remote possibility that Travis might bring her back? Or does she leave with half of what this man has earned over his career? At this point, the rumors become more than simply rumors and begin to affect the game itself. Before the season even begins, according to several insiders, Travis's agent has already started phoning front offices to discuss possible deals. The squad will lose not just a starter if he departs, but also the defensive pillar that keeps the entire plan together. Additionally, it is evident that the other teammates have sided with Travis in the locker room. It has been seen that NFL players from other teams have liked tweets that were obviously anti-teammate, which is essentially the same as a public reprimand in league culture. This is the most damaging twist to date, though. Lyanna's engagement post wasn't a spontaneous one, according to a local beat writer. This beat reporter claims that Lyanna's engagement post wasn't a last-minute, "I can't wait" kind of thing. Weeks before it appeared on her Instagram feed, it was staged, planned, and locked in. The worst part is still to come. The pictures weren't even taken the week they were uploaded, according to sources. They had been sitting in her camera roll, waiting to be dropped like a bomb at the right time. According to rumors, that ideal time coincided with one of Travis's most significant weeks of the year, mandatory mini camp. She was silently preparing the shot that would completely upend his life while he was hustling on the field, intent on locking in with his team, with one source stating that she desired maximum impact, and that she did. The beat reporter even alluded to the fact that her inner circle was aware that this post was imminent. Following the ring announcement, the mysterious captions in the days before, and even the way her friends abruptly began sharing phrases about fresh beginnings, fans started making connections right once. She seemed to be creating a slow-burning trailer for her own controversy. And the Jaguars building's ripple effect can be explained if that's the case. Because Travis wasn't only hit in the chest when that engagement became public, it caused havoc in the entire locker room. The energy on the sidelines changed. Teammates began to move differently. And even coaches were allegedly having private meetings to attempt to control the chaos. Before it made national news, fans are shaken by one more detail, though: the chronology. The proposal occurred while she was still legally married to Travis, which might completely change the course of this divorce case. based on state laws and the specifics of the prenuptial agreement if the pictures were prepared weeks in advance. According to the rumors, Travis's legal team is currently looking for evidence. Anything that can reveal the precise time those photos were taken, such as screenshots or metadata. Because if they can demonstrate the overlap, lying is difficult. Split might turn into a full-fledged legal catastrophe with millions of dollars at risk. Lina allegedly waited for Travis to be restrained at a prominent charity function. Everywhere there are cameras and media outlets is the ideal setting for humiliation in public. Furthermore, the release of the engagement photos was a planned hit rather than merely betrayal, with each flash of a camera lens catching his face as soon as he learned. She wanted the sting to be felt in real time. Therefore, the question of whether Travis will remain in Jacksonville is not the only one at stake. The true question is whether this was a long-term game setup or an emotional mishap. Did she and that teammate go too far months ago, smirking in his face and sowing the seeds for this mess, or worse? Was this an inside job that was done from the very beginning? Right in front of the team, consider it, the sideline embraces the mysterious captions, the charity gala moments, and the change on her social media following the teammate's big deal landing. It presents an unavoidable picture. However, no one is conversing in the locker room. There was silence, no blunders. No off-the-record leaks, which begs the question of what kind of code was being safeguarded. All we have left is that eerie last picture till someone breaks. The world watched live as Travis Hunter, sitting by himself in the dark with his hoodie pulled tight over his head, watched the lady he believed he would spend the rest of his life with put a diamond ring on another man's finger. Was this betrayal prearranged from the beginning? Or was it a failed love? An ugly divorce might not be the only outcome if the rumors of faked images, prenuptial problems, and backstage rumors prove to be accurate. One of the most brutal personal takedowns in NFL relationship history may be about to happen. This is not the end of the story anyway. Too many questions remain unresolved, and too many receipts are still pending retrieval. Additionally, this drama may extend well beyond the field into courtrooms, endorsement deals, and even the termination of careers if the legal team begins to play hardball. So, what are your thoughts? Was Travis just unlucky, or was he singled out from the beginning? I'm sure you have theories, so please share them in the comments. If you were captivated from beginning to end, you should definitely enjoy this video. Hit the bell to be the first to know when the next wild celebrity twist happens, and subscribe to ensure you don't miss it. You'll want to be here for the next one, I promise. I'll see you in the upcoming video.